Welcome back to Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. I got Trent and Martel joining me today. It's been a long time since the three of us had a conversation. There's a ton of Miami Heat news, ton of rumors right now. We're 1 week away from the trade deadline. Martel is at the gym pumping some iron, so he'll be here in a second. So we got Trent. He's at the Miami Heat Network. Make sure to go to his channel and subscribe to his channel. He's pushing to 5K. How's it going, Trent?
I'm doing good, man. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys forever, but we got a lot of news to talk about. And keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. We appreciate y'all. All three of our channels are growing drastically, and we couldn't do without you guys. So yeah,
Thank you so much. And yeah, when Martel gets here, obviously he'll promote his pod, but he's at the Miami Heat Zone podcast. He's pushing to 6K, so don't forget to subscribe to his channel as well. So a ton of news, but the most recent thing that I saw pop up on Twitter, which was interesting, which is not related to trades, not related to De'Aaron Fox and Jimmy, which we'll obviously get into in this episode. But Terry Rozier, there was an article from the Wall Street Journal that said, breaking news, federal prosecutors are investigating whether Terry Rozier manipulated his performance in 2023 as part of an illegal sports betting scheme. So basically they were saying, did he point shave? Did he lose on purpose? Did he play on like shitty on purpose? Did he fake an injury so that he could prevent the Charlotte Hornets from winning a game so that whatever organization won a bet? And so that is news to me. I just saw this recently, and that's kind of wild. So this is while he was on the Charlotte Hornets. It looks like the 2022-2023 season. Did you see that? And do you have any updates or any information around that?
yeah, I just seen that, but then after us just talking about it, right? Because federal prosecutors have been investigating NBA player Terry Rozier. And then I just seen Ira made a tweet right now. If you want to put it on the screen, yeah, Heat referring requests for comments to the NBA per NBA spokesman Mike Bass. The league conducted an investigation, did not find a violation of NBA rules. We're now aware of the investigation by the U.S. Attorney Office for the Eastern District of New York related to the matter and have been cooperating with the investigation. This would have been crazy if this investigation was ongoing and he was found, like they did find something, because then you have the Terry Rozier problem, which we've seen another NBA player, I believe his name is Jonte Porter, is in jail right now because of this. He's in
Is he in
jail.
jail right now? He actually went to jail. It's Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, right, on the Raptors.
Yeah. He's in jail. So if we had to deal with another messy situation involving Terry with the Jimmy Butler talk and the De'Aaron Fox and everything else that's going on, this would have been one of the most distraction seasons in the world that I can possibly think of being a Miami Heat fan. So I'm glad everything was well. We can stop talking about this Terry Rozier. What we could do is Terry Rozier needs to step up. He did play good yesterday against the Cavaliers, but we need that consistently. And I'm just going to criticize his basketball play. All this investigation stuff is done and over. He's found non-guilty, so that's good. But
wait, hold on, though. It did say, I believe, that the state attorney in New York, they're still looking into it. I think he beat like half of the process, I believe, if I read the report correctly.
I mean, yeah.
What was the allegation though? Did he fake an injury? Like, because Trent, you showed me his game log, right? Like he was cooking,
just manipulating his play. Which, think about it. You know how many people right now they DM all these different sports people and say, "Yo, you just messed up my parlay." So obviously, I'm not saying that Terry Rozier has done this, but I know for sure it's going on right now. We don't even talk about the underground gambling that goes on in sports that all these players are involved of to some degree.
Dude, I grew up in the 90s in Fresno, and my dad was a professor at Fresno State, so I got to go to a lot of games growing up. There was our starting point guard in college, Dominic Young, took bribes from some dude to point shave and lose a game. He was our starting point guard. He was averaging like 12, 13 points a game. He was chucking up horrible shots, missing on purpose, not playing defense, so that this guy could win his bet in Vegas. So I've seen it firsthand, which is hilarious at the college level, like, which I think is less severe than the NBA level. Like, that's crazy though, man. If he's actually involved, but yeah, people probably do this shit all the time. And you mentioned it. What's his name? Jonte Porter, or whatever the hell his name is. What an idiot, man. You're living basketball. You're living out your dream. You're one of a few that can actually say you played in the NBA and actually got minutes in a rotation. And you're
Davis,
22 years old.
You guys remember Big Baby Davis from the Celtics?
Yeah, what did he do? I forgot. He's in jail, right?
Plus, he's in jail not for the same thing, no? Or like, was it some type of like fraud, something like that?
It's fraud. It's fraud. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's fraud. But I don't get it. I don't get it, man. They must not be making as much money as we think if they're gambling for $20,000. And I don't know. I don't know.
Trent, I would honestly say that it's a lot more than that. Like I said, it's more than just FanDuel and all these different things. But let's talk hoops real quick. What do you guys think about all these different trade rumors? Like about De'Aaron Fox. Zach LaVine could be moved. Bradley Beal could be moved. I know a lot of teams are saying, "Oh, well, we don't want Jimmy Butler." That's a lie. It's already been reported 15 teams have checked in on the Miami Heat. Allegedly, the Miami Heat have dropped their price. I don't believe anything until the deadline. I think that anything can be in play. But let me know what you guys think.
I think you better not be traded by the deadline because I want to make more content about it every single day. Obviously, as a Miami Heat content creator, so let's keep this up for what 1 week exactly. We have 7 more days counting today. The De'Aaron Fox piece, Martel. Tyler's untouchable. Jovic is untouchable. Ware is untouchable. Jaime's untouchable. You look at Heat Twitter, and these Heat fans are so funny, man. Like, because De'Aaron Fox today, by the way, I made a video earlier, has a short list. Spurs are number 1. Obviously, he wants to play with Wemby. It'd be a good fit. That'd be amazing. But he also said the Heat and Rockets are other teams that he'd be open to. But it's funny. Like, everybody is saying, like, I won't even trade Jovic. I get the Kalel Ware piece. Like, I kind of get it because I can go either way, right? I could say, let's keep Kalel. I could be open to trading Kalel for Fox. He's a proven all-star, right? He's a proven commodity. People are saying no to Jovic. Could you imagine not throwing in Jovic for Fox? Like, Heat fans are so delusional. What do you think we can get him for?
Dude,
Jaime, Jovic, Terry, and a first-round pick? That's not getting it done. The Spurs can beat us, right? Like, what are your thoughts on all that shit and him saying we're part of this trade preferences now?
What I will say about this, right? The Miami Heat are like, they don't make their mind up, right? There's one side of the Miami Heat fans. We want to win championships. Let's trade for the best. Da, 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 da. Then there's the other side. Oh, but we got to keep Jovic and Kalel Ware. Well, you can't have both, right? Jovic, Kalel Ware, and Jaime are not winning a championship, at least not right now, right? And I don't even think in the next 5 years, but whatever. Unless you think he's turning into a star player. Yes, we've seen Jovic play way better basketball. Like, I'll give him that. Like, I was one of the one that I'll trade him right away. But yes, we've seen the improvements. He looks good, but when you have a type of player on the market like this in De'Aaron Fox that we've been talking about De'Aaron Fox for a while now, mind you, people tend to forget we're waiting to 2026. Luka Doncic is not coming to the Miami Heat, so we can forget about that. Like, let's not.
He is. Are you kidding me? You think he's going to pass up the biggest contract in the world to go and not come to the Heat?
Okay, right?
No, I'm just kidding. Obviously,
the second best player that was going to be available was De'Aaron Fox. Now that he's available, you're telling me you don't go all in right now for De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is going to be here for the future. He's not going to be here for 1 to 2, 3 years. He's still fairly young. He's still fairly great. And Bam Adebayo already made a recruitment pitch to him. Bam Adebayo was his groomsman at his wedding. Bam Adebayo and De'Aaron Fox are fairly close, right? And then I just don't understand, like, he wants to go to the Spurs. Bro, the Spurs are not even in the playoffs right now, I don't even think. So why, if he's leaving the Kings because he wants to win, why go to the Spurs and get worse? You know what I mean? Like, the Spurs are not going to be a good team until like 2 or 3 years from now, bro. They still got to develop all their guys.
He's young enough, though. He's still 27. I get it. I get your point, but you're right. It's going to take 2 to 3 years because Wemby, dude, look what Wemby's doing right now in his second. What is he in the second year or third?
Yeah, I think he's second or third. Yeah,
second year, dude. He's dominant right now. Imagine him in 3 more years when he puts on more weight. He's going to be more skillful.
But it's a full team game, though. Like, bro, the Kings were playing good basketball. They were playing good basketball after they fired Mike Brown. So it's like, then you could say the Rockets. Okay, the Rockets make sense. But then again, I brought this up in my video. Why would the Rockets want to trade all their young players when they're the second in the Western Conference right now? They just beat the Celtics. They beat the Cavaliers. I mean, the Rockets are one of the hottest teams in the league. We all know when you trade for a star player, it takes a whole year plus the offseason for you to get the chemistry and connection to work. It doesn't take a half a season and then we're off the road and we're going to win a championship. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? So, like, I get those 2 preferred destinations, and maybe I'm being biased. Let me know in the comment sections. But for the Miami Heat, it just feels like, okay, you have an easier chance to win because we're in the Eastern Conference. You stay in the West, it is tough. It's tough over there. Why you want to stay in the West?
Yeah, I agree. And I don't care when people say, like, the city that you live in matters because you're on the road half of the year. NBA season 6 months, right? You're always on the road. yeah, you're at home, but you're just chilling. You're not going out during the season, right? So who cares if you live in Minnesota, which sucks, or Cleveland, that sucks? Where do all these players live in the offseason? New York, Miami, LA, Houston, wherever, right? You get to choose where you live. So, but still, to some players, that's an incentive. You live in Miami. It's beautiful all year round. It's warm. There's no income tax, right? Like you get to be a part of a good organization who actually, like for all the shit that we've talked about, has 3 championships. Half the league doesn't even have one, right? Like for all the shit, like the Miami Heat still historically is a good organization that's well respected. But anyway, Martel, let's stick on the Fox piece before we shift to Jimmy.
Wait, but hold on though, because Bam also made a very good point. That message was a very powerful message that he said about recruiting. And listen, honestly, I think
What did he
that's
say?
why certain people haven't come to the Miami Heat, because he's right. If you're not going to come here, work hard, and not just focus on numbers, you're going to come here and play both ends of the floor. It might as well you don't come, because I think that even though we might see a lot of these stars, like for example, Paul George. Look at what he's doing over there, like with the 76ers. He's so busy podcasting instead of actually trying to win. And he's under, what, $200 million? So we see a lot of these stars go to these various teams, and we wonder why it doesn't work. And Bam Adebayo is pretty much giving you pretty much a, big perspective of, before you come over here, this is what we're about. And I think that was very important. With De'Aaron Fox, everybody's on the table. I see why they don't want to trade Tyler Hero, because you want to pair those three together, but you can't be mad if they ask for Tyler Hero, especially when he's in his pretty much his best All-Star season.
And De'Aaron Fox has been doing this longer than Tyler, right? This is Tyler's breakout year. This is his all-star year. Tyler is probably just as good almost as De'Aaron Fox right now if you compare them. But De'Aaron Fox is a 3-time all-star. He averaged 26 points per game 2 seasons ago, 25 this season, 25 last season, right? Like 24 like 4 years ago. Like De'Aaron Fox would be a great fit with Tyler Hero. I agree with that. Like, but if you're the Sacramento Kings and you're losing De'Aaron Fox, why would they not ask for Tyler Hero, who's 2 years younger, right? Who's an up-and-coming star? Like, why would they not ask for Khalil Ware? We only have one tradable pick. So here, we have to figure out what we get for Jimmy. Let's shift gears to Jimmy real quick. Whatever we get from Jimmy, if we do truly want De'Aaron Fox and we want to keep Tyler and Khalil, everybody else is on the table, right? Except for Bam, obviously. So that's Jovic, that's Jaime, that's whoever. Pele Larson, whatever it is, and whatever players we get, a Bruce Brown, a Wiggins, whoever it is, plus how many multiple picks do you think we need to trade for De'Aaron Fox? 2? 3? What do you think they're going to ask for at this point? Trent,
Bro, I'm asking for 5 first-round picks.
For Fox? No way.
Yes. Bro. Well, how many first-round picks did Rudy Gobert get and Mikal Bridges get?
But that was at that time. That was a different market. 4 and 5. Mikal got 5.
Oh, okay. Then. Listen. I want 5 for De'Aaron Fox. You know what I mean? Now, 5 or 4 sounds good. But then again, they also said they want winning players. So it's like, if you're not going to get 5 first-round picks or 4 first-round picks or even 3 first-round picks if you want winning players. If you're going to get winning players in return, the most you probably get is like 2 first-round picks, if that. You're going to get a first-round pick, of course. But they want winning players because Sabonis is still over there. Malik Monk signed an extension. They recently just signed DeMar DeRozan. So it's not like they're going to go fully in tanking mode. They're not. So whatever trade they make, they're going to be like, okay, I want star players back. And that's why it's going to be tough for Heat, because they're going to ask for Tyler, like you said, because they're like, okay, Tyler, let's team him up with these other guys on the roster. You know what I mean? But you know what I want to bring up, Amir? Dude, the Kings had 2 elite point guards, De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton. Possibly they're going to be both gone. Well, one's already gone, but
that they both drafted.
Yeah, you know what I mean, dude? That's insane. That's insane, man. But
yeah, it's hard to get good point guards. It's fucking hard, right?
Bro, we have no point guard. I want Lonzo Ball. This is how bad it is. I want Lonzo Ball. You know what I mean? But we can finish off the show talking about Jimmy Butler. Listen, this whole Jimmy Butler saga is fun for us, for content, right? As a Heat fan, it's stressful because it's holding back all the good performances from Khalil Ware, right? And he has been playing a little bad a couple of days, but that's going to happen. Who cares, right?
He's a rookie.
But,
he's going to be up and down.
Exactly. But, Amir, we finally get what we want in Bam and Khalil Ware. We finally get Tyler Hero playing his best basketball, but guess what? Jimmy Butler is now the problem. You see what I'm saying? And I think Jimmy Butler's trying to I actually got something about Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler's trying to hold the Heat back. You know why? If you notice, every team that gets reported for the Heat, he's like, they come out, a report comes out, nah, I don't want to go there. You know why he doesn't want to go to the good teams? Because he knows the Heat are going to get good return. So if he goes to the Phoenix Suns, they know we're not going to get in good return because the Phoenix Suns don't have much to offer. Those other teams don't have much to offer in a 14 trade. Think about it. Every good team has been rumored to the Heat. Warriors, they backed off, but then they're back again and they're like, The Mavericks, they were in it, some not really. But if just think about that, the Memphis Grizzlies, they could have gave us a good couple players, young players. Nah, I don't want to go there. Now the Kings, nah, I don't want to go there. The other team that was brought up, nah, I don't want to go there.
Bucks.
Jimmy thinks he's slick. Jimmy thinks he's slick.
No, but it was also reported, though, he doesn't want to go to Memphis. Now, look, it's all about business right now for Jimmy Butler, which one of his friends already highlighted, too, like in his spaces. Why would he go to Memphis? And then also, too, we also have to think about this. Jimmy Butler wants his money. Because he wants his money, and Memphis will not be able because he wants $100 million right now. That's why we're in the predicament we're in. Phoenix already came out and said, listen, the minute we get Bradley Beal, all the money is yours. $100 million is yours.
But no one wants Beal. That's the problem.
That's the problem. So all these teams, they want Jimmy, but the reason why Jimmy doesn't want to go there, one, because of business reasons, but then also, two, the biggest reason is money. No one will be able to give him $100 million. Let's say Memphis does get him. Next season, he's going to have to opt into the $52 million, and then we'll see where they go from there.
Martel, I have one thing real quick, Trent, too, also. Some other teams might be deterred because they don't want him to opt in also because they're like, hey, we can get him as a rental, but he might even opt in. We lose that space. Do they want to pay a 36-year-old Jimmy Butler $52 million, which will be top 11? He's talking shit, crying like we haven't paid him, Martel. Martel has said this before in the past. We paid him to get him here, $150 million. We gave him $150 million or whatever it was in 2021, right? After he took us to the finals, we paid him for what he did, right, Martel? Thank you for taking us in the bubble. We did get swept, even though you were supposed to be stupidly locked in against the Bucks that next year. Fine. That sucks. That's a fluke. But you took us to the finals. We still think you're good. You're 32. We paid him for what he was going to do, right? Which is still part of the contract, which is his $52 million next year. Why is he complaining and bitching? We gave him for past performance and for future performance. Did we not, Martel? He wants future performances when we said thanks for getting us. Do you know what I mean, though? It's like, how delusional can he be? He's like, you're breaking down. You're only going to get older. We don't want to give this to you right now. Like, I understand
he has made $300 million with the Miami Heat. That is why, once again, I don't care what anyone might say about, Pat Riley disrespecting him and the role players, because like I said, the same people that are listening to this pod right now at work, okay, when their boss tells them to do something, they run and go do it, whether they agree or not. Once again, we will not always agree with our jobs or whatever the case may be, but we have to go there and work. We can argue about role players and about did they get Jimmy Butler help, because at the same time, Jimmy Butler wanted Caleb Martin, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, and the rest of those guys, or at least some of them, to stay. But all this line and capping that we're doing for millionaires, he's making $500,000 plus a game. The least that he can do is go out there and go play for your team. Go play for the fans, and that's what it's about.
That pissed me off too. His stupid little Instagram. I'm unemployed. My card doesn't work. I don't have a job, motherfucker. I work in tech. I've been unemployed for 8 months. You make $500,000 a year to play a game. I played yesterday, Trent, for free. Guess what I got? I got fucking some cardio and had some fun. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's talking about I'm unemployed. I'm like, how fucking tone deaf are you? How many of your fans are fucking broke or just middle class? Like, you're fucking, that shit pissed me off. I know he's clowning and joking. It didn't really piss me off that much, but it's like stupid shit like that, Jimmy. Talking about the money. Money don't matter. It's just a few bucks, whatever he said, Martel, right, in the offseason. Like, Jimmy's just an enigma. Anyway, Trent, what do you have to say?
Yeah, now my last thing I'll say is, like, I get it. But at this point, you suspend him indefinitely. You need to have a trade. The Miami Heat need to have a backup trade ASAP, right? Because it's January 30th. The trade deadline is approaching in a week or so. You suspend him 9 games, now indefinitely. Now, and then if you don't trade him, he comes back. Now what? So they better have a trade already prepared, and they're just waiting. But then again, like, you waiting on some trades, like maybe that team that you have a trade with backs off. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's where we're at with this Miami Heat team, man. But hopefully De'Aaron Fox comes here in the offseason.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully Jimmy doesn't get traded till next week. We'll see. But I am intrigued, and I'm just curious what the hell are we going to get for Jimmy. No matter what, Heat Twitter is going to be so pissed, obviously, because we're obviously going to get peanuts compared to what we expected, right? Especially if we traded him this offseason, Trent, when we didn't give him the extension and the writing was on the wall, kind of like the De'Aaron Fox scenario. Like De'Aaron's coming out basically saying, I didn't request a trade. I'm not the bad guy. It's not me. But then the Kings are like, bro, you didn't sign the extension. We know you don't want to be here because otherwise you would have signed it. So they're being proactive, right? Which the Heat should have been proactive.
Yeah,
We're
but
being
Jimmy lied
reactive.
though. Yeah, but Jimmy lied. Remember, he came in
True.
on
I just
media
want to
day
hoop. I just
saying,
want to
"I
hoop.
just want to hoop," and
Yep.
well, the contract extension is not a big deal for me. And like I said, people continue to lie and cap for millionaires. Pat Riley never said he wasn't going to pay him. All he said is, "Let's worry about that in the offseason," and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't care. He's gonna
I
make
agree.
$100 million between this year and next year. I understand, yeah, it's one more year and you give it to him, but once again, all that comes down to is front office politics. But I can see it from both sides, but at the same time, I don't understand why Jimmy Butler can't go out there and play, like I said, when he's arguably making $100 million within the next 2 years.
Man, Martel, you're gonna be talking to yourself about this all the time, man. It is what it is with this Jimmy Butler clown. We love him, but we got to move on for him, man. But keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. Go check out Martel's channel. The dude drops 8 videos a day. So if you want to stay updated to all Miami Heat content, Martel uploads it all. Check out Amir. He makes some NBA content also with Heat content. He's been uploading 4 videos a day. And you guys know who I am, Trent, Miami Heat Network. Upload like 2 videos a day, man. So we appreciate y'all. Like I said, all 3 of our channels have been growing drastically, and we couldn't do without y'all guys. So, yeah, love.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.